All right, this is episode 3. We go over Facebook ads. Guess what? Isaac actually got 3 sales using the strategies that I told you guys and showed you guys in episode 2. And this is just proof that the strategy works. We're going to be going over Facebook ads, all the different questions that you guys probably have as well. And we're breaking down how to scale, how to kill. And this is going to be a Facebook ads heavy episode. So it is currently the 26th, so roughly 3 days has passed, and this just shows that you're able to get results in 24 hours to 48 hours using my strategies.
Okay, so...
Whoa. Nice, you got sales. Congratulations, man.
I did, yes.
That's a big step.
So the first day, let's go back to the first day, yesterday, there was 2 sales for this magnetic shoelaces.
Awesome.
So here are the statistics. So I turned these 2 off because at the $3 mark it was only getting 1 content view versus the other ones were getting like 4 or 5 content views.
Amazing.
So I thought they weren't just performing in that target, so I turned them off. And then last night before I went to bed, I duplicated these 2.
Yeah.
And then created these 2 at a cent different budget.
Awesome.
I don't know. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. So that's what I did for the first day. And then the second day, which is today, there was another 1 sale on the same one, and that's that. So if you look at the lifetime, so there was 2 sales on this single one.
So as you can see, the magnetic shoelaces has gone 3 sales, all 3 from Europe, 1 from the interest golf and tennis, 1 from the interest sneakers. And here's going to be a product and ad analysis where I go ahead and break down his results. We go over the killing, we go over the metrics, and you guys get to see me over the shoulder live analysis of Isaac's ad account and all his results, so you guys can learn how to read and interpret ad data yourself. So this is an amazing segment for all beginners trying to master Facebook ads. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to help you scale horizontally. So you want to start duplicating. So it seems like Europe is doing pretty well. You're going to duplicate your Europe ad sets and do other different interests. So you got golf, tennis, and you got sneakers. So that's just 3. And you literally want to duplicate it and create up to like another 20. Obviously you don't want to do 20 off the bat. You want to say for today, you want to duplicate it maybe 5 times or maybe 3 times based on what budget's comfortable with you, and then select 3 to 5 different interests. So it seems like golf and tennis does pretty well. So you would go to golf and tennis, you'll go to that ad set and you'll look at the suggested interests, and then with your suggested interest, you could then go ahead and use that for ideas for your next 3 different ad sets or 5 different ad sets, and it'll be around something similar to golf and tennis. It'll be something similar to sneakers.
Okay, and then keep all of them at the $5 mark.
Correct.
So start targeting different interests to see if they are interested as well.
Exactly.
Pretty much. Okay, and do I do that on the same campaign, or do I create a new campaign and do it that way?
Yeah, so you do it within the one campaign.
Within one, okay.
What I like to do is actually rename all these interest targeting to 001, and then every interest I'll keep at 001. The interest, golf, tennis, basketball, etc. dash worldwide, Europe, etc. And then when we do 002, that would be lookalike audiences, which would be next.
Gotcha. Okay, so change all those to 001 for interest. Okay, so should I only focus on Europe for now? So pretty much duplicate this 5 times and then target it differently. Target different interests based on like the suggestions.
Yeah. And then as you can see, we talk about scaling strategies and how we noticed that the US ad sets did very poorly. So we no longer would create more US ad sets, but we'll focus on Europe and worldwide ad sets. Let me think, because I want you to also test worldwide, because the worldwide ad sets seem to also have potential. But based on the looks of it, sporty looks to work well in Europe, and something as broad as sneakers and more hip hop like is pretty good for worldwide, since that worldwide ad set has 3 add to carts at $3.24. But you basically want to try everything. So you eventually want to have like, say the next interest you pick is basketball. You eventually want to have basketball for US, basketball for Europe, and basketball for worldwide. And after say multiple times for multiple different interests, you see that US constantly does not perform, then you know that the future ad sets you launch for future new interests, you no longer would do US, but you'll still test Europe and worldwide. And eventually you'll see that worldwide or Europe, one may perform way better than the other, and you'll stick to either Europe or you'll stick to either worldwide. But right now it looks like they're sort of neck and neck. Even though Europe is only the ones getting sales, the worldwide ad sets might get sales soon.
So then for our next step though, I'll focus in Europe for now, and then maybe later on I'll test more with the worldwide
exactly.
and US.
And what I'm thinking is you can duplicate and test a bunch of interests for Europe, and the ones that get you sales, then you could duplicate those and do worldwide.
Oh, with the same interest.
Correct.
And test it worldwide.
Correct. So you use Europe as a testing ground for which interest would work well that you could duplicate it worldwide.
Gotcha.
Isaac asked a super good question. Does this product look like a winner? So I go over sort of my thoughts. Like right now, it looks pretty meh. It looks okay, but I give you guys basically how I go ahead and determine if a product is a winner, if it has potential, if it will become a small winner, medium winner, or a big winner. You guys get to see me analyze that live.
So from the first 2 days, just looking at this statistic, is this a winning product?
You know how on the Word document I say if you have like 2 out of 6 or 3 out of 6, that depends on the level of the winning product. So this one is 2 out of 6, so you're looking at a B product.
Okay.
So maybe it has the potential to become an A if you get maybe 1 or 2 more ad sets getting sales. So those worldwide ones might have potential. And then next, we go over something very important. A lot of people always ask, should I go ahead and edit budgets or should I go ahead and duplicate the ad set? And I answer the pros and cons of using each strategies, and here's the breakdown.
For this golf and tennis Europe with the 2 sales, should I increase the budget, or do you recommend not doing that until later?
So for now, write it out until it gets like maybe 4 purchases, then you got 2 options. You could either duplicate the ad set and then have one at $5.02 as you've done, or you could edit and double the budget from $5 to $10.01. So those are the 2 different options, and I'll give you the pros and cons of each. So the pros of option 1, where you just duplicate it would allow you to still have that original ad set that's doing well untouched.
So if you increase the budget, would that mess up the audience within that ad set?
It does.
Oh, gotcha. So you never want to mess up something that's working.
Exactly. But option 2, where you do edit the budget, the pro of that is that you can stick everything in one ad set. It's more scalable, meaning you can just keep on increasing the budget for that one ad set rather than having 20, 30, 40 duplicates. It's much more easier to handle, and it's sort of better in the long run if you can just keep duplicating it from 5 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 20 to 40, 40 to 80. But obviously every time you double the budget, it has to re-optimize, and who knows if it's going to continue to work. If it continues to work, then you have a strong ad set and winning product. If it stops working, then you sort of have to cut your losses and maybe bring the budget back down, or maybe you have some other ad sets that can make up for that loss.
So does that Facebook optimization work at this campaign level versus the ad account level?
So it works on the ad set level.
So within this campaign for this product, the optimization is specifically for this product, versus if it's done at the ad account level, it considers all the other ones that I'm testing currently and put that into consideration when optimizing.
Correct. Your pixel and your ad account takes into account all the different products you're testing, and within each campaign and ad set, that takes into account that specific product and ad.
Oh, so when you create new campaign, that's sort of like a new set that you're starting
Correct.
from scratch. Oh, so it's actually at the campaign level that the optimization is really happening. The lookalikes should be created within the same campaign as well then?
Correct. And then I go ahead and sort of clarify the ad set naming conventions, which is very important when you scale, because you will have hundreds of ad sets and you really want to follow this naming convention. And I basically explain how I want everything that is interest, basically everything you see now, all these 8 ad sets, they all should have 001 in front. And then all the lookalike audiences, say lookalike audience 95% view will be all 002. The content lookalike audiences will be 003. Retargeting ad sets will be 000. And you get to see me explain that live. But name conventions, very important for organization. For all the interest, you do 001 dot interest. And then 002 will do lookalike audiences, and it will be all under one campaign.
Okay, that makes sense. When I was doing it, which I failed miserably, I was creating multiple campaigns, and maybe that was one of the reasons why it didn't optimize the way I wanted.
Yeah, that's something a lot of people, even me personally, initially thought as well. And then I think everyone, I just started learning, and through mistakes, I found out this is like the way that works best.
So then I'll do that for tomorrow and on, and I'll pretty much repeat the same thing. So expand horizontally until I find a winning ad set.
I'm thinking, just to keep things simple, I think I want you to go with the doubling the budget method. Rather than duplicating it, just edit the budget and increase from 5 to 10, 10 to 20. And just like the Word document for scaling, where I have the scenario of a tightrope runner, you're looking for those tightrope runners that can handle the doubling of the budgets, the constant editing of the ad sets.
So within this ad set, you're saying to double the ones that are working, so which is these two.
So double it when you get 3 sales. Every time you get 3 sales at the new budget, or at $5 a day, you want to have 1 sale every day over 3 days, or you want 3 sales over like a period of a week where it's still profitable and it's consistent, then you want to increase it to 10. And then at $10, you want probably like 5 sales that are consistent at $10 budget. And then if it's consistent, then you go ahead and bring it to 20. And if it still works well at 20, gets you consistent sales, the cost per purchase only rose a bit but still profitable, then you go to 40.
So I'll wait this out until like tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, and if it reaches 3, then I will double the budget. Meanwhile, I'll continue to expand horizontally by testing new interest.
Yes. Okay. So you could go ahead and duplicate it, test out basketball, test out tennis shoes, test out Ralph Lauren, test out Lacoste. Those are the sort of brands that come to mind, because now I'm looking at golf and tennis. I think this is sort of targeting those posh type of people where they have that tennis white type of shoes. That's sort of my guess based on the stats so far. But then you obviously also, when you duplicate, say 1 out of 5 interests you test, you want to test something completely different. So 1 out of the 5, you might want to go with like Kanye West, or you want to go with, say, Park, or you want to go with Life Hacks, or 9gag.
So completely different subject.
Correct.
So right now we're testing like sports, but you're saying test like other field as well, like famous influencer. Or okay. So all 5 of them should be, you're saying, keep it separate. Probably
3. You want to be directly related to the winning interest. So golf and tennis works pretty well. So you want to find 3 more sports.
Okay.
And then 2, you want it completely different. And then here's the next steps that I give Isaac to go ahead and scale this campaign. So these ad sets and interests seem pretty well, so I go ahead and tell them to find more interests for Europe that are related to this product and are similar to the ones that are currently getting purchases, just scale horizontally with more interest.
So I'll do that. So I'll do this for today and tomorrow. So each day I'll be adding 5 new interests.
Yeah, as long as you continually getting sales from these new interests you launch, then you could keep launching more and more every single day. But the moment sales slow down, you might just want to wait it out and see how the ad sets go before launching more. And I also give him the advice and the importance of still testing products every single day. Even though this product looks like it might have potential, you don't want to be stopping your daily testing. That's super important. Meanwhile, you still want to be launching new products every single day. That's also a big mistake a lot of students do, where they find a winner and then they just devote all their time into this one product and they completely forget to launch products every single day. And that's their biggest demise. And then here I go ahead and basically we go over analyzing a bunch of other campaigns and other products that Isaac launched.
So then another product was the secret jewelry box. So this one I turned it off. Even though there were content views, it wasn't getting add to cart, so I thought the customers did not see perceived value.
Let the ad sets that had under $2.50 cost per content view and let them ramp to like $8.50, and if it didn't get a add to cart by then, kill it.
Oh, add to $8 cost per content view.
Let it run to $8 add to cart. So you know how you killed the ad set at like $6.66 and it got 0 add to cart?
Yes.
If you let that run to say $8, it could have potentially gotten an add to cart and then potentially optimized. For example, the 002 home security worldwide, that ad set looked like it had potential, having really cheap cost per content views. So if you ran that for longer, who knows, it might have been like a C product or a B product that would bring you in sort of a little bit of income.
So I just turned this off this morning. Is that too late to turn it back on?
Yeah, it would be probably a bit too late to turn it back on now, but I don't think you missed out on much. Like
Gotcha.
best option, it could have turned into a B product. The most highly liked option is it probably wasn't a winner anyways, but there's that small chance, and that small chance is worth spending that extra $1.50 on each ad set to see.
Okay, so yeah, when I was comparing like statistics, this one was getting a lot of view counts versus the shoelaces, but then shoelaces, they were actually getting more like clicks.
Yeah,
and
that shows now you know you want to look for products that have a need, like a stronger need. Having a shoelace that has magnets, that's something that satisfies people's needs, whereas like a jewelry box that's like secretive, that isn't a strong enough need for people to go and add to cart. So even though you spent $37, now you learn this new fact.
And then could it potentially be the ad creative as well? Because you remember the quality of the picture wasn't really great.
That's definitely plays a fact, but if it was an A product, the low quality image wouldn't have mattered and it would have still gotten purchases.
So for this luggage organizer set, this is the one where I had the video already created, so I thought maybe give it a try.
Yeah, and
anyway,
don't look too bad.
Yes, so I let this run half a day today, and then I realized that the ad creative had the old logo in it, so I re-edited it and submitted for review. So I wanted to try these two different scroll stoppers, but it's still in review. This one, skull ring, that one also, I put this in last night, but it's still in review. Does it usually take this long? I mean, this one I put in this afternoon and it's already processed for a few of them. Yeah,
it's hella random. Sometimes some products just take longer. So for example, if it says it has something like skull in it. It'll take a bit longer just because it's skull. And then every time you edit something, like for example, you add in new variation for the luggage organizer set, it has to go and review again. But as you can see, it just went active live. So I think that's active. Oh, the skull ring is active now. Looks like everything's active.
What? Whoa. Did it just happen? Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty
they're
cool.
listening to us.
They are.
Okay, so yeah, I schedule all 3 of these for starting tomorrow, I guess. Actually, I think this one is supposed to start it today, but now that it's active, do you think it'll start right now? Maybe?
I think it might spend like $1 or $2 before midnight, and then it'll have like a fresh start tomorrow, which is totally fine. And here's a quick inquiry from the last video. As you can see, Isaac found 2 different sort of trash holders in his car, and he didn't know which one to test, and I told him you might as well just test both. And I basically show him the strategy on how you could go ahead and have 2 different ads under each ad set to split test which variation of the product does better. So here's how you would go ahead and split test it.
So for, what was I gonna say? Yeah, this trash can, the car trash can. So I only uploaded the new one, the expensive one. So if I add another ad here, do I then have to add another product to my store that's similar to this?
Yeah, so you would have to add in that second product, and then what you would do is you would duplicate all you would upload the new ad onto your website, and then under each ad set you would have ad number 1 and ad number 2. And adding a second ad set isn't as bad as editing the current ad set. The moment this starts running, if it gets good results, I don't recommend adding in that second product. Probably now is the best time to do it, before it starts running and spending money.
Okay, so right now is the best time to do it, you're saying. Okay.
Yeah. Or if it's only spent like, under 40 cent, 30 cent each ad set. Because it confuses Facebook when it has $5 to spend on one ad set. The moment you add another, now it has to like take into account the second one, and it starts like, it has to re-optimize. Now it sees 2 different ads and it has to restart. So that's the theory behind it. Or the theory between why it's dangerous to do what I just said.
Okay, just like what I did for this luggage set today.
Yes.
Okay, so I should never do that. Okay. Alright, so this one's video ad, and the second one's I think I'm just gonna use one ad copy.
That's totally fine, a photo ad.
Okay, I think that's about it.
But yeah, that is episode 3. As you can see, the results are coming in live. Isaac was able to get sales within 24 hours following the strategy, and basically I want you guys to copy this word for word, copy it, everything exactly the same, and you're going to get results. And that's sort of why I'm giving away everything. Like, this is the exact formula that all my success students go through to get results, and you guys are getting it completely for free on this YouTube series. Before we wrap up the video, let's start by announcing last video's winners for $1,000 worth of courses or consulting calls with me. The winner's here. If you guys want to qualify, all you have to do is drop a comment below, follow my Instagram, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, like this video, and I'll be picking the best comment every single video. Other than that, question of the day: what's your thoughts on my Facebook testing strategy? As you can see, it gets results. I want to hear your thoughts on it. Drop your comments below. I've been answering every single comment. Send me a message on Instagram. I've been replying to every single DM. Other than that, I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow in episode 4. There's just so much value. You guys are learning so much in this series. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Peace.